AI tool. So if you ask Gemini what is Google hiring assessment, so if you see here, this assessment you get it once you have applied for a role at Google, and once you apply for a role, and if your resume matches or if it goes through the system, they will send you an email for the assessment at the Google. Now this is known as GHA. You will get an email, and in the email they say, okay, you have to go through this GHA, and once you pass this, then your resume will be moved forward to the internal hiring team, and from there the process they will pick up, and then they will give you a call back. So now focusing on the GHA, what is the pattern and where exactly to focus on? So I'm asking this question to the tool itself, to the Gemini tool, which is the AI tool from Google. So as such, there is no specific questions which you can think of, or they have not published anywhere. But we can understand from this breakdown and from the key points what is mentioned here. Let's go through this real quick. So the format is like 50 MCQs, and each MCQs you have to answer either strongly agree, neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree. And then the focus of all these questions would be which is very much related to your to the role which you have applied for. So your format will be the MCQs, and then the topics will be again depending upon the role which you're applying here. And these are the examples given here. It can be your problem solving, it can be your leadership, it can be your management, the teamwork, and everything. So we should focus on your GD, the job description you're applying for, and accordingly you will get the topics and the format. So the format will be same, MCQs. Topics will be differing according to the role which you're applying for. So the key point here is there is no right or wrong answer. The main point is you don't have to contradict yourself. What it means is consistency is the key here. I will give you an example how exactly and what it means here. But this is an overall breakdown, and the key points you have to understand. There is no it can differ from person to person, role to role. So you have to make sure you maintain that consistency when you answer that specific questions in the from the different topics. So this is the overall about the GHA, and if you see here, it has mentioned here GHA is a Google hiring process. It's just a simple one part of the hiring process. They have multiple rounds to it. But to clear GHA, we can get some input from the online forums and understand and prepare ourselves proactively how I can go and clear GHA, which I have done in a very proactively way and according to my role, which I applied, and how I was able to understand what should be my mind frame and how should I go and tackle all these questions. Now the second point is there are many forums where they have discussed about this hiring process or this hiring GHA process, and what exactly and how they have faced the problems and how they were able to tackle it. So it's not the actual answer, but exactly they have discussed about how we can prepare for it proactively. So this is one random a thread which I got from Reddit. So it's a pretty long thread, but the focus here is you don't, again, same thing, you don't have to contradict yourself when you answer those questions. And you have to answer is either strongly agree or disagree, or according to your the current role you are working on or your past experience you have gone through. So they are trying to understand your persona, they are trying to understand how you will behave in a teamwork or in a team setup, and what will be your approach to a specific task which is given to you. So that's what the whole idea is about this GHA assessment. So I will give this thread entirely in the description. So right now, what I will do is I will just copy the entire thread here, and let me copy this thread, and I will ask Gemini itself. So what I will give the prompt here is, can you get the framework of a GHA from this thread and pick up the important points which can be used to get some sample questions to prepare from. Don't miss any points or context from this thread which is related to GHA process. Okay, so let's see what this tool comes up with. Okay. So this is the framework. What we got this from this tool is they're checking your personality, as I explained, how exactly you behave in a specific environment. It will be a multi-choice questions. Again, these are the key areas: teamwork and collaboration, and your ethics, integrity, and how you are approaching to a problem solving, how you will make a decision, and if you're in a leadership role, how exactly your responsibility, how you will talk to people, what will be your initiatives, and so this is how it exactly this is focusing on. Now once we have this framework, now let me pick up any specific random role here. So I've mentioned everything here. What is GHA, what is the link here for this thread from where we got the framework. Now I just picked up a Google role, a random Google role, which is an architect role here. And what we will do is we'll take this role and we will give this to this tool, and we will say, uh, can you please take this role and give me some sample questions to prepare from. So very, this is very important. This role, whatever role you are applying for, take that role, that job description, and paste it here, and then ask any AI tool basically to give you a sample question on this framework what we have prepared from to prepare. So can you please take this role and give me the sample questions to prepare from for this GHA exam, and provide me all the possible questions for practice by merging the role and the GHA framework defined above. So let's see. Okay. Okay, I will ask it, can you please give me in MCQ format to answer these questions. Let's see. Okay, I mean, strongly agree, disagree, neutral. Okay, so now we got this question. So this is just again, if you see here, these are all sample questions which I got it from any random the job role which we are trying to apply here, and at the same time we just define the framework from this GHA. So and this is all. So remember, be very honest and authentic in your response what you're giving here. And Google is basically they are looking for your core values, and they are looking for your how trustworthy and truthful you are when you are answering your questions. So let's take these questions, and then what we can do is we can try to answer these questions. And so let me copy these questions. Okay, so I got two sets of questions here from the same tool. So let's go through these questions. This is the second set of questions. So if you see here, what exactly they're trying to see here is like you're not contradicting. Let me take an example here. So I enjoy working closely with others to achieve a common goal. So as per my persona and my work ethics, yes, I enjoy working closely with others. So I will say strongly agree here. And now if you go down, okay, I prefer to work alone rather than a team. So if you see both the questions are exactly the same kind of, it's pointing towards the same, you can say, objective. So you, if I say strongly agree, I enjoy working closely with others. And if I say I prefer to work alone rather than in a team, and if I say I I strongly, you can say, disagree here, so it means you are contradicting yourself. So that's what exactly the consistency they are looking for. And in all those specific questions, this is what they will keep on repeating and try to understand how exactly are you consistent in your thoughts, or you're trying to make up your answers and are trying to win here. So that's what the entire idea of this GHA is. Okay, now let's go again in the second, ethics and integrity. I always follow company policies even if I don't agree with them. So if I say you strongly agree, then let's go down. I would report a colleague if I witness them doing something unethical. So again, you cannot say a strongly disagree here. You should say strongly agree here, because now, as per the first question, you are saying yes, you will follow the company policies even if you don't agree. And then I would report a colleague if I witness them doing something unethical, because if it is unethical against the company policy, and since I agree to the company policy, I will again say strongly agree here. So that's how each section will try to understand your persona from different perspectives. So here it was testing us for the collaboration and teamwork, because this is what the job role needs, and this is for your ethics and integrity. This is for your adaptability and problem solving, and different sections will be there to understand how exactly you will react to it in that role where you're applying for. So again, a disclaimer here: this is all generated by using just a framework which we got from the online thread, and this is all teamwork and collaborations and different sections what we generated. And this is very this is not a specific question they will ask you, but this is how exactly the MCQs will be, and this is what they will be able to test it out by looking at the different forums and trying to generate the questions from the different AI tools here. So I have answered all these questions here. So let me show you the answer here. So I enjoy working very closely to the others with others to achieve a common goal. I said strongly agree. Then I said I prefer to work alone. No, I strongly disagree. I don't prefer to work alone, but I would prefer to work in a team. So basically, this goes hand in hand, and I'm not contradicting myself, and I'm in a sync. I often seek input from my team members before making decisions. I said strongly agree here, because that's what I collaborate and talk to the team and try to understand in a specific context or situation. I strongly agree to it. Now it frustrates me when I have to rely on others to complete my work. I say strongly disagree, because that's what I'm saying. This is the theme here, because I prefer to work with team. I like to closely work with the teams to achieve a common goal. So I cannot agree here, because it's not frustrating for me. I strongly disagree. In fact, I basically enjoy working and relying on others, because if there is a collaboration or teamwork, definitely you have to rely on someone else to complete your work, and definitely should not frustrate you. And these are my opinions. Not necessarily it should be your persona. So accordingly, that's what we are. Google is trying to understand here what's your persona and how you will react in a specific situation. So it will change from persona to persona, team to team, person to person. So accordingly, you have to understand the key point is, make sure you maintain that consistency in your answer in all the sections. That's what the key factor here is. Now, going back to this section, ethics and integrity, I always follow company policy. Yes, I strongly agree. I would report to a colleague. Yes, I strongly agree, because I follow the company policies. It's acceptable to bend the rules to achieve an important outcome. I would say strongly disagree. I take pride in being honest, even when it's difficult. Yes, I strongly agree. Maintain integrity in more is more important to me than meeting the tight deadlines. Yes, I strongly agree. So this what my persona is, or I try to go in that direction. That's what the consistency here in this section here. This is how you can keep going and answering all these different sections. Again, these are all sample questions which I have done the generation using just taking a sample thread from the from online. This is one of the thread which I will paste in the description. And I just took a random cloud architect a role, and I was able to generate some sample questions from Gemini. So hopefully this was useful to you guys, and best of luck. And try to be honest, be authentic, try to consider Google's value. And this is just for a help to set a mind mapping how exactly you have to be in that role, and try to be prepared, so you are not like confused, or you don't know how exactly to answer these kind of questions. So that's the reason I thought this will be useful for you guys to understand the process and to understand the questions, and how exactly to react to this specific role or a specific category where you're focusing on. Thanks guys, take care.